How's it going, everyone? JJ Mapes here, and welcome back to another episode of Middle War Assault Squad 2. Now, in this one, I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. It's actually going to be a tutorial video rather than a Galaxy at War battle video. I noticed on YouTube that a lot of the tutorials and stuff for the editor are really outdated, especially like some of my favorites, like 123 Stealth Bomber. He hasn't made a video on it in years. A couple others are just really old videos from years ago, so I figured I'd do like an updated tutorial for you guys. This one's going to be really basic. I'm only going to show you things like selecting a map, how to save properly, how to spawn in units, that sort of thing. It's going to be really basic. I guess I'll plan on doing these on Wednesday, so I'll have battle videos on Monday and Friday and tutorials on Wednesday. This one is going to come out today on Friday, though, because I spent 3 hours last night and roughly 3 hours this morning trying to get my Invasion of Geonosis Part 3 done. And I got all set up, got the video recorded, and I selected to stop the recording, and the program crashed on me, didn't save anything. So yeah, I'm just going to do this very simple tutorial video, and I'll start doing more in-depth ones as we go on, more specific ones. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So we have the editor menu loaded up. You can see there's no map right now. First thing you can do is make sure you're in F2 mode. It'll be the map editor mode. You can see like fauna, human, that sort of thing. Then you want to click escape to get to this screen. You're going to select load. There's a bunch of different maps on here. See, I got a Star Wars mod, a Planet Side mod. I'm just going to select just a regular USA scrimmage mod. We're going to go to the first one and load it up. Here we go. So now the map is loaded. You can see we got a nice big map here. I'm just going to spawn some people in the middle. So the first thing you're going to do as soon as you get that done is you're going to hit escape again when you're in map editor menu. And you're going to save as, select a name for it. And you're going to just save it. It's going to save in progress. It's going to load to this screen. But the reason why I'm going to have you go ahead and save this right now is because it's going to save as its own map. If you don't do this and you start getting into like the mission editor itself, and you go all through that and then you go to save it, you'll lose all that mission editor progress. So you have to save it as soon as you log in first and reload it back up. This way it'll also get rid of any trenches, because if you guys have seen, if you guys have worked at the editor before, you'll notice that trenches are filled in. And this will get rid of filled in trenches. So as you can see, these are no longer filled in. These would have been filled in when it first started. So yeah, now the next thing we're going to do is spawning in people. So you can see human right here. Single is just for Star Wars and Planet Side. So you go to multiplayer, go to USA, and you'll have all this selection of people. Riflemen, I'll just spawn in 4 riflemen. And that's pretty simple. That's how you spawn them in. In F2 mode, you'll select them, just click on them, and you can see all their different properties. When you spawn in troops, always give them a player. So now I'm going to actually select all 4 of these guys, make all their players player 1 to signal that they're on the same team. If I would have made like this guy player 1, this guy player 2, they'd be enemies. They'd shoot at each other when I started it. So yeah, make sure you give the correct units their correct player. If you go to F6, is what we have the environment menu. So as you can see right now, the sky is completely black because we haven't given the environment anything yet. So you can see we select on a couple different ones. It makes it very different. You can see it gives it a sky and it gives fog. That's basically all you have to do to give weather. I'll go back into F6 mode. Haze, that's the fog. So the more you make the end, the more the fog goes away. So if you want more fog or less fog, if you want to see the whole battle or you want to be really close up, that's how you would do that. So there's 3 different menus you can be in. You got F1, which is the regular game menu, basically, as if like you're playing the game before you start it. That's how you get people in the cover. So you can see I didn't move in the cover. To select different teams would be the number pad on the right side of your keyboard. So 1 is to them. You can see if I click 2, it switches to player 2, and there's no one on there, so you don't see anyone. Then you have your F2 menu. This is specifically used to spawn in people. This is to change their properties. You can see whether or not you want them to retreat or advance right here. And that's how you do that. And then F3 is the mission editor. This is where you would start putting in waypoints. I'll get to that in a later video. Having people move from waypoint to waypoint, that sort of thing. That's where you'd have that. This is also where you would get spawn points. So yeah, I put that down. I can have people spawn in there. I can have people do certain things when they walk in there. But yeah, that's another thing I'll get into in a later video. This one's going to be really basic. This is where I have triggers. I can do stuff like that, but we won't get into all that. Probably one thing I want to get into, though, is to have people moving away points. They'll need tags. So I'll just show you what tags are real quick. If you select on a dude and click U, and you'll go to 6, it'll pull up tag. So for these guys, it'll just be like USA 1. That would be their squad. I'd give them that tag, and that's how you give players tags as well. But yeah, that's pretty much it for an introduction to the mod. That's how you spawn people in, give weather, select the map, give an enemy and a player different teams. Yeah, that's pretty much the basics to the editor. It's not really that complicated. Yeah, that's all I have for this video. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.